What's up, fam? How y'all doing?
Hi, we are on a walk before we go to the pool.
Trying to get a little exercise in, you know, this old 57-year-old body. Got this spring chicken over here. This young person, this young woman. Now, y'all know I don't mean no harm when I say spring chicken. That ain't derogatory. Now, that's just, people just say that. I go, oh, my God, no, you're calling her a chicken. No, that's just a figure, that's just a figure of speech, right?
I didn't know it was anything but.
Right. Okay. So we back. Got some questions that we gonna answer for y'all. And Paige gonna ask the question. I guess she got a question. I'm gonna answer, and I guess she gonna answer.
I saw these conversational cards in my feed a few days ago, so I screenshotted some questions I thought were very cute. Good conversational questions. So the first was, what activity makes you lose track of time?
What activity makes me lose track of time?
Yeah.
What activity makes me lose track of time? Damn, that's a good question. Now, probably when I'm driving my cars, like the good ones. That's probably, when I'm in the cars driving, just taking a nice drive, I just kind of lose track of time. So that's one activity just right off the top of my head.
Okay.
That does
that's a
that
good
for
one.
me.
Yeah.
All right. So what about you?
I think for me it would be tennis.
Okay.
So that's usually a few hours if you're playing a match. So that that's what I'm never really looking at my watch or my phone then. So I'd say tennis.
All right.
Anything else for you?
For me, let me see. Anything else other than when I'm driving the cars, I lose track of time. When I'm watching a good movie.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I lose track of time. So if I'm really, I don't care if it's a 3-hour movie. If I'm into it, I just lose track of time, and I'm actually don't even want the movie to end. It's so good. So those are probably the two things off the top of my head. I got another one, but it's not PG. Not PG. Y'all don't want me to tell you what that one is. So what about you, babe? Anything else?
I like watching, the kids' sports. I like that.
All right.
That's a fun one.
Cool.
And I think that's it for me. I don't have any other.
Well, what's the other question?
Okay, the other question is a little deeper.
All right.
But what would you want a stranger to know about me?
What would I want a stranger to know about you? Just what a great human being you are.
Oh.
Yeah. Just a good human being, man. I ain't easy to deal with. I'm not. I'm a handful.
Well, I disagree with that, but I think you're very easy to love.
I'm 57 years old, and I've been in this body for 57 years. So I'm gonna let her have her opinion on that one. But I know I'm a handful. But I God bless her for saying I'm not.
What do you call that? Your quirks and features?
Yeah, quirks and features. I got some quirks and features.
We all have some quirks and
you
features.
know what I'm saying? I got better now. Work in progress. So that would be the thing that I would want a stranger to know is just what a great human being you are.
Okay.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? That means giving more than a taker. She's a giver more than she is a taker. She makes deposits more than she takes withdrawals. And just would help anybody that she came across that needed help. You know what I'm saying? Just a good human being. What about you?
Thank you, babe. That's very, very sweet.
You're welcome, baby. You're welcome.
Okay, what I just how solidly good of a human you are. You're solid, dependable, reliable, just all of those things that to me encompass what a good man should be.
Yeah.
And that you have a heart for giving and helping. Whether it's your family or your YouTube family or your people in your friendship group, you just have a heart for giving, and that's really beautiful.
Well, thank you, babe. That means a lot. We out here taking a walk, getting a little exercise in, and Paige is like, well, why don't we ask a couple of these questions that I ran across to kind of, share some of what we think of one another. Now, clearly, we're together. We plan on being together for the rest of our life. But what you got to understand, guys, is when you meet somebody, even though y'all really care about each other, really love each other, you come from two different backgrounds.
Yes.
You come from different relationships. Different things could have happened in those relationships. So it kind of shapes who you become going forward. And although you put the work in to try to level yourself, sometimes you get unleveled. And I tell Paige this all the time, I'm not perfect. The goal is to make less mistakes every day. But I'm gonna make mistakes. And the biggest fear is something from maybe past relationships that she just said to herself, I'm never dealing with this again. Sometimes if you're not careful, you will paint the new person with the same brush you painted the last person. So you just got to be careful. That's for both of us. That ain't just for Paige, that's for me too.
Oh, yeah.
We just have to be careful not to sort of, label one another like that. We got to have grace for one another. I want to be the best version of myself every day, but I know that I'm not going to be the best version of myself every day.
Right.
So you got to have grace.
It's so important to have grace, and it's so important to recognize that, old patterns are not, something that can't be discontinued.
Right.
Right? But recognize the fact that you might be bringing in certain traumas from your last relationship.
Yep.
And it's not quite fair to assign them to you, right?
No, I agree with you 100%. 100% I agree with that.
Sorry, there's a little dog.
It's all good.
But so you don't want to, I don't ever want you to pay for, the emotional price with me for something that
Sure.
I have said, I'm never going to allow that again in my life.
Yeah.
Not everything is that. You're not the same person.
Right. But we have to talk about that and be careful of that and be conscious of that because we're just human beings. And if I have a trauma that affected me in my life, it's natural for me not to want to experience that trauma again. So if you, even if it's a new person, if I feel that trauma come on,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If I ain't careful, I may put them in the same boat as this last person.
Right.
And write them off or start feeling some type of way or, you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, one of my major things with you that I try to make sure I try to make sure I'm not doing anything to trigger anything. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I still got to be me and do the things that I need to do in order to make me feel like I'm where I need to be. So I think it's just both of us having to, and I think, guys, that's one of the hard things about relationships at our age.
Yes.
That's a whole nother video. But relationships at our age, you're talking about a guy that's 57, she's 44. It's tough to just let go of a lot of that stuff from the past. Even though you want to let it go, it's a battle every day. It's a battle every day. So you got to take time out where you can sit down and have healthy conversations with one another. And if you're not doing that in your relationship, guys, where you're sitting down with your partner, having healthy conversations about hard stuff, not getting mad at each other and getting loud and all, but just honest conversations that y'all can talk about and try to figure out what's the best course of action for y'all, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion. That's sort of where we're at right now. We, as we continue to intertwine our families and grow our relationship, we're just gonna have to spend more and more time sitting down, really being honest with each other and working things out. What we don't want to do is allow things to just build up and we never talk about it, because that turns into resentment at some point. And it's
don't
not
want to go there.
No, you don't, because you know that's not something that you want in your relationship. So
I think the other key to it, babe, is understanding and recognizing that, like, for me, anything you ever bring to me is not brought in from a place
right.
of anything other than caring and love and support.
Yeah.
There's no ulterior motive. So if everything you ever bring to me, and there hasn't been a ton, but we've had serious conversations.
Sure we have.
I can put myself in a position to be able to receive critical feedback or thoughtful feedback, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're coming from a good spot. You're not coming from a place of
right.
Like nastiness or anything like that, or anything. So I can say, okay, he loves me. He cares about me. I love him. I care about him.
Yeah.
He's invested in my success. I'm invested in his success and our success together.
For sure.
How can we move to the next step?
Yep.
How can we get through this, or how can we strategize this problem or this issue? Just knowing that we're starting from a place of purity.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge.
I think so too. Every day is a work in progress. So y'all hang in there with us. We're going to keep enjoying life, keep winning at life, and we're going to win together. And we want to bring y'all along on the journey with us. Got the dog life out here. You got the dog life.
Yeah.
You got the dog life in the
So
vlog.
let me ask
The
you
vlog.
this just real quick. Is there something that's triggering to you about your relationships with dogs?
No, I've never had a relationship with dogs. See, that's the thing, guys, with me. The neighborhoods I grew up in, and I've told Paige this. See, the way these folks treat dogs, I ain't got nothing against that. That's their world. That ain't my world I came out of. See, we didn't treat dogs like that. We just didn't. So I never grew up with that type of affection set for a dog. I just think people treat these dogs sometimes like they're human beings. And some people will treat their dogs better than they will actual human beings. For me, that's just a concern. That's a concern. I mean, I just don't think listen, I don't have no problem with people and their animals and their pets. They can do whatever they want to do. I encourage that. But when you cross the line and you start treating a pet better than you will a human being, to me is just, that's
an issue?
That's one that I'm not going to be on the same team with that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
got nothing against animals. I didn't grow up with them. So when you don't grow up with something, you've never had an attachment to something, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're expected to just like, oh, you need to love it just like I do. Well, that's not realistic. The realistic thing is okay, you're going to love your animal more than I'm going to love it because it's your animal. Yeah. But you can't force me. No, I'm not saying Paige is trying to do it. I'm just saying in general. You can't force someone to feel the way you feel about pets. And most people who own pets, they will get upset if you don't feel the same way they feel, which is not right. You can't just force that on someone, right? So my thing is, I'm going to do whatever I can to try to, gain some level of affection, but I ain't gonna never feel the way Paige feels. I just being honest with you, I'm just keep it 100. I'm never gonna feel the way Paige feels, and that's okay. See, this is the thing about us. We've evolved in as human beings where, if you don't feel the same way I feel, you're not right for me. This is what we done evolved into. This is what we have as human beings evolved into is if you don't like exactly what I like, there's a problem. You know what especially when it comes to pets. Y'all might kill me in the comments on that one, but I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
I think they will annihilate you.
I'm pretty sure.
But I agree. It's a difference of upbringing, and I was brought up with dogs my entire life.
Sure.
Great ones, and then some that were questionable. But yeah, we don't have to be 100% aligned on everything in our lives. That's
now,
not the goal.
would you not have some lean towards my way when people nowadays, when you meet somebody or if you're trying to date or if you're trying to get to, people want you to believe in everything they believe in.
No.
They want you to, I'm telling you, my experience, listen, you got some people out here won't even date you if you from the different political party. I mean, what the hell is that? Oh, if you're a Republican, I just don't even email me. I mean, what is this? If I'm a Democrat, you're a Republican. You won't date me because I'm not a Republican?
I'm not a Republican.
I'm not for y'all. No. I'm not. This ain't got nothing to do with Paige. I know y'all.
I feel like I was.
Yeah, please.
Please don't set me up like that.
In general, I'm just saying where we're at in this dating thing and people in general in the 2026. It's like, come on, guys, really?
Okay, let me put it to you this way. Like, if you had a cat in this relationship, right? And I'm going to your house and there's a cat there with cat stuff.
Yeah.
And that cat you love dearly because it's your cat.
Yeah.
There isn't a way on earth I will ever love that cat as you would love that cat. Never.
Right.
I get it. I could get to the point where I like the cat.
Yeah.
The cat doesn't bother me, of course.
Right. But I can't expect you to have the level of affection for my cats.
Right.
And that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
So
I get it. We're on the same page on that.
All right, guys. Well, we done gave y'all enough of our business.
I'm just envisioning you with a bunch of cats.
Trust me, guys. I ain't got no cats either. So, I don't know where she got that little story from, but there ain't no cat. That's the last thing I'm going to have up in there, some cats. I'd rather get a dog than a cat. No, I'm just jiving, guys. Listen, guys, do what y'all want to do with y'all pets. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Love them.
How did this video get to...
I don't even know how we got down this rabbit hole, but we finna turn the camera off. So we appreciate y'all stopping by for the first time. Please subscribe.
Like.
Share the video.
Comment.
And we're going to holler at y'all on the next one.
Okay.